Oh, 5610. What's my phone doing to me here? Busting my balls. Busting my balls. Alright, so there's a lot of stuff going on with the Epstein files, so since I'm kind of sick of seeing that stuff, by the way, I actually caught a clip of a totally rando, well, to me it's rando. It's a Gen Zer. I don't even know what the generations are. Gen X, baby boomers, Gen X, Gen me, which is millennials. Yeah, the ones that they're just like, oh, you're lazy and nothing. So Gen Zers. Uh, and the guy was Wei King, something Wei. He was an Asian guy. In America, Asian America. I'm guessing he was born here. And he was talking about how he doesn't like to talk politics and stuff, but he was having all the same complaints about, I mean, it seemed like basically every complaint that I have, what the fuck do you know about shit? I mean, more or less spot on. And he did not, I couldn't get a feel exactly, but I don't think he was very liberal. I don't think he's very conservative, but I don't think he's very liberal. So, yeah, these youngsters are not liking the world they're going to be handed. I'm not a youngster, but I'm not liking the world they're handing me, these fucking 70-plus-year-old ghouls. That are just, and my dad just died, and, all his life he was railing about the poobs. He always called them poobs. Goddamn poobs. Yeah, so, yeah. I mean, like I say, my dad was an asshole. But I mean, a person can be an asshole and still be right. They can also be wrong. My dad was right about some things, and he was dead fucking wrong about some things. So you just have to, not let your emotionality about something cloud your objective judgment about the thing that the individual is trying to tell you. And I was not old enough and did not have enough distance to really make the call. I didn't have a real world experience either. Also about the South. I say that about the South. I'm like, it can't be that dumb. It can't be that ignorant. Yeesh. I mean, I'm not saying the North is this wonderland either, but I mean, you crunch the statistics. That's all I'm saying. There is a noticeable variation. Just like there's a statistical distribution between urban and rural, and it definitely exists in the North too. I mean, So I've gotten a little bit off track. Anyway, the point of the video isn't to talk about the Epstein stuff because I've been hearing too much of that, and it isn't to talk about the other stuff. What I want to talk about right now is totally different because nobody's talking about it anymore, and I don't know why. Aliens. They totally exist. And if you go on any streaming network, the two things you will always find in the documentary section are Hitler. Something about Hitler, something about World War II in Germany, and aliens in the documentary section. All right, I understand Hitler shit in the documentary section because, I mean, that's history. But aliens in the documentary section? I remember that time aliens came to my house. They knocked on the door, they came in, we had dinner. They told me about Yaklan 4. I was like, that's an interesting planet, and the wildlife there. It's great stuff, great stuff. They introduced me to their, well, they didn't have all of them there, but their fourth wife and their seventh next husband. I know it's a weird, they have an odd family structure there. So, I mean, I didn't really understand it myself, and even trying to explain it on a video, just forget about it. But when you have 5 genders, so, and I don't mean like in the modern America genders. I mean actual, like I said, trying to explain it on, and they showed me, I asked for a simplistic biology course when I was there, and it was not at all like human biology or genetics or any of that. I mean, woof. I thought biology and genetics and stuff on Earth was a difficult course. Yikes. Anywho, they're nice people though. I made some food for them, and they made some food for me. They had to alter it a little in order to make sure I didn't die, but you know, good house guests. All those stories about abduction and stuff, mostly lies, but they did point out that there are a few aliens that are and kind of can be dicks. So not all of the stories are completely untrue. Like, be wary of those guys. They can be like, oh, okay, well. So, like any neighborhood anyone lives in, there are assholes. So, I was like, thanks for coming by. Don't be strangers. They're like, well, see you in 50 years. And I was like, 50 years? I'm not going to be alive in 50 years. Look at me. Look at what I do, how I eat, how I don't exercise. I'm not going to be alive in 50 years. And they kind of chuckled, and I'm like, all right, whatever. So, yeah. good people. And that's, aliens. They need to go on vacation too, stretch their space legs. Of course, they have a much more evolved, I guess you can call it economy, if you want to. Being that, they have interstellar travel. They obviously have a far more advanced technological society, so, I mean, they don't have like any of the problems we have, but they are not too dissimilar, surprisingly, in the ways that really matter. The emotions, the hopes, dreams, fears, the heights of exaltations and pitfalls and desperations and depressions and stuff. We had to talk about that. So, yeah, it was nice. It's nice to know that, we can keep going forward further and all the material stuff, even with, it doesn't matter, technology and all that, yada yada. It's not going to get rid of, it's not going to solve the major problems, The major problems need to be solved, inside of us and within the communities. We got to do it ourselves. Some very deep stuff that everybody already knows. That kind of BS. I was like, thanks for that. That's very, Hollywood, what is the word, chintzy? I don't know. It's very Full House. I don't know if anybody knows Full House. It's very Full Housey. Probably duplicated it with Fuller House. So, either one fits the bill. I haven't seen Fuller House, but they probably did the same shit in Fuller House. So, I asked them about war, and they were like, "We don't even want to get into that." So I was like, okay. So, I mean, I didn't get an answer. I didn't get a yes. I didn't get a no. I don't know. Guess we'll just have to find out, won't we? piece of shit sandals. Or slippers. And, yeah. There you go. That's pretty much that. What'd you think? Did you like my little diversion? It's pretty convincing, wasn't it? No Epstein for you. Fuck off. Boobs out, motherfuckers.